And with that, I'm going to get into a quick training on exactly how to do that. Because a lot of folks, when they're excited, they get on board, welcome to the team. Now what? What do I do? So first thing I want to say is don't overcomplicate it. I've got several slides in here and I'm a detailed guy. So I want to be able to break it down so that you see all the nuts and bolts, but all of this is extremely simple. There's a couple of key concepts, key themes that you want to have when you are doing something like this because it's personal relationship marketing. All right. You do this all day, every day now. And what I mean by that is you make recommendations and people want to do business with people that they know, that they love, and that they trust already. And so when you have that, you're going to be able to make that recommendation without any concern, and they're going to appreciate that. And as Michael was talking about, 26, 24, 25, 23 years that he's known the different folks that have come on board, he didn't have to do anything other than just say, hey, you know me, and I got something you need to take a look at. And it's word of mouth. This is word of mouth advertising. This isn't get on Fox News and do a video. This is talk to people that you know and be able to share what it is that we offer. And then after that, the other key theme that you think about for all of this is going to be help others succeed. One of my mentors told me this about 16 years ago. And he said, if you'll bury your success in the success of others, yours will become a byproduct of it. Wayne Hill knows who I'm talking about. He can quote that guy too. And Wayne's a guest here. He's taking a look at this thing. So that's wonderful. So the mechanics of what we do, this is a very simple thing. You're going to look at it and go, that's really not a whole lot. We create a list of people you know, because that's the business that we're in, is reaching out to those folks. We start a conversation. Casey, how do I do that? You say hi. These are people you've known for 26 years. You just open your mouth and you start talking to them. So start a conversation. You pique their interest. I didn't say give them a full-blown presentation about God Super PAC. I said pique their interest. Another mentor of mine said, don't spill your popcorn in the lobby before the picture show. All right. All you want to do is give them the trailer. You want to give them enough to wet their whistle. And then after that, you want to point to the tool. I'm not saying I'm a tool, but use me as a tool. All right. There's a nice little 24.5-minute video that you can use. Use that. You don't need to reinvent that wheel. You don't need to reinvent that tool. Use that. And that's very powerful because the number one objection people will have is, I don't have time. I am too busy. Great. We've been looking for you. We want busy people because this does not take time. This takes you pointing to the tool. And then after that, you've got to ask for the decision, the close. You've got to ask them, hey, you ready to do this thing? And then after that, you enroll them. And the last thing that you do is you onboard them. I'm going to break these things down here and give you a couple of points about each of these. When you create your list, it is not a finite resource. Most people say, well, I don't know anybody. Yes, you do. Studies have shown you know 2,000 people by the time you're 18 years old. You might not have total recall of them right now, but you do know them. You're not going to run out. And guess what? Every single time you go out, whether it's going to, a movie, a restaurant, ball game, whatever, there are other human beings out there. You will run across them, say hello, find common ground, and you'll add a new friend to your list. Focus on your warm market. Michael didn't say he went out and started accosting little old ladies at Walmart. All right. He talked to people that he knows. And that's how you get on the leaderboard, is you just focus on the folks that you already know, close family, friends, people you have influence on. Talk to them. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with your first step. Start with one warrior. Don't get it in your head that you need to go sponsor 50 or 12 or 6 or 3 or 2. Get one. Start with one. And then after that, stack another one. After that, stack it. Just keep putting those bricks in there. And this thing will start looking like a really big monstrous empire. Next thing, start a conversation. Keep it simple. Keep it super simple. My dad had a different acronym for this, but I'm going to keep this nice and say keep it super simple. All right. Less is more. That's for all of my detailed folks that are on the call. I'm not pointing Barbara out or anybody, but she and I have some sense of a connection there because I like talking a lot. Be confident and excited. They're going to play off of your energy. Don't go, hey, I got this thing called God Super PAC. No, you got, I am fired up on this. I want you to take a look at this thing. Just like Michael's not that guy as he's jumping out of his skin, but he is on this because he is truly excited. So be confident, excited. Don't try to explain. Please use your tools. And I'll explain why we do that in a little bit. Here's an example. There's an infinite number of ways to do it. I just wanted to give you one. Hi, Bob. I know you and I have talked about the direction our culture has been going. We'd like to make a change, but we feel a little lost on how do we do that. Well, I came across something that I think can make a huge difference. I wanted to share it with you. Change that however you want. Chat GBT's out there. Plug it in, massage it, change it, run it by me if you want. Work with whoever you need to be able to get your little pitch to be able to say. There's a whole bunch of them, but the main thing is just have a conversation. Don't worry about getting the words right. Just have words. That's the thing. After that, you want to make sure you point to the tool. I'm glad to hear that you might be interested, Bob. I'm definitely not the expert on this thing, but my friend shared this video that explains what it's all about and how it works. I watched it. I'm all in. Thought you might want the option to join me. We're going to do some great things here, Bob. What is it that you share? You can share a YouTube video. We've got all this in our Warrior tools, and that's where I pulled this from. You can do the YouTube video, or you can do the Warrior link where it has a little bit of a text in there that says, hey, I was thinking about you. And then it has that same exact video embedded. So those are two easy ways that you can simply send that out to them. And you don't have to do the presentation. You just say, watch this. And everybody watches things online all the time. So then the close, what do? Well, you got to check. Hey, did you watch the video? They're probably going to say, no, I got busy. Great. When are you going to watch it? I'll watch it later tonight. Wonderful. Call them back later tonight. Hey, this is the thing. Don't ask them, what do you think? Don't do that. Ask them, what did you like best? What did you like best? And they're going to say whatever it was. And if you agree that you like that too, say, hey, I like that too. What else did you like? And just keep doing that until they run out of things that they like about it. And chances are it's going to turn into a conversation where they're going to get rolling. They're going to get excited talking about it all. So embrace that and let them do that. And then they finally run out of things that they like best. This is the one that I would memorize. Memorize what's on this screen. You don't have to memorize anything else, but memorize these. Are you ready to get started? Or did you have any questions? There's a funny term that's out there, and that is shut up, take my money. When people are ready to enroll them. All right. It's not the time to keep selling them. They're ready to enroll and start donating money to God's Super PAC. So let them do so. If they have any questions, if it's a hard question, say, great question. Let me get you in touch with somebody that knows the answer to that. That is very difficult for people to do. It is very hard for a lot of people to say they don't know. Embrace it. And here's why. Because we want this to go fast. And there's a lot of leaders in this organization that can answer all those questions. Maybe you could too, but we want them to be able to remember that this doesn't take a lot of time. And if you got to sit there and explain a whole bunch of stuff to them, they're going to say, this looks good, but I'm not interested because I don't have time to learn all that stuff you just told me. But here's the deal. Let's say that Michael's talking to Peggy. Peggy has a question. Michael said, that's a great question. Let me get you in touch with Casey. When that happens and Casey answers it the same way that Michael could have answered it, Peggy gets done with that answer. She goes, hey, this looks good, but I don't really want to do it. Well, why is that? Well, I don't have time to do all that stuff that Casey did. You don't have to do what Casey did. Did I answer your question? This is Michael saying that. Did I answer your question? No, I didn't. I pointed to a leader and he did it. I didn't have to do any of that. I don't have to learn any of those things. And then Peggy goes, oh, I can do that too. This is easy. And that's going to allow this thing to duplicate. And that's how personal relationship marketing works, if you'll follow that. And so that's why I'm laying all this stuff out for you. And then after they're ready to enroll, what do? You don't just send them the link. All right. Because guess what? They're going to get busy. All right. There's too much stuff going on in people's lives to keep their attention. You got about 7 seconds of it. And then they're off to the next thing because everybody's busy because we're so connected. Help them out on this. Enroll them on your computer or on your phone. Give them that white glove service. You only have to enroll them once and then they're in. All right. And then we can train them on how to do that for their people down the road. But you want to make sure that you get them in so they can be a part of God's Super PAC. If they don't feel comfortable in giving you the information that you need to get them enrolled, then at least follow along with them and say, hey, let's do it right now. You jump on your computer or your phone. I'll do it on this side. And we'll make sure that we get you in there, which means you got to know the steps. There's 3 pages that you fill stuff out on. It's really simple, but learn how to do that and then give them that white glove service. Now, once they're in, this is the most important step on how we will make God's Super PAC grow exponentially. And that is, you've got to help them be onboarded. You can bring somebody in and then That's what this training is about. Hey, I'm excited I'm on the team. What do I do now? If you don't walk them through that, they don't have a lifeline. They don't know what they need to do next. And a confused mind says no. All right. So we want to make sure that we do that. So how do we do that? When we help remember that's our step two, help other warriors do the same thing. You can use that new warrior onboarding checklist. All right. And so that again will be in the newsletter that's going out here in the next day or so.